It says, please my dad. I don't know that one.
Please my dad.
Yeah, please be my dad. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry, Dylan.
You're not going to be his dad?
Don't call me daddy. Don't call me daddy. I'll be your dad, but don't call me daddy. Welcome to Dr. Drew After Dark. Please be advised that Dr. Drew After Dark may contain sexually oriented content and be unsuitable for young children. Welcome, everybody, to Dr. After Dark. Hi, Hitler, everybody. You notice my hand almost came up? It almost did. And I have to explain all the time on all my social media platforms why people are calling me Hitler. You have no idea, if you are not in the your mom's house world, how confusing that is for people. They are literally like, they think I'm being insulted. They think it's some sort of Nazi plan. And I'm here to tell you it's a good-natured greeting, just like aloha. So, hi, Hitler, everybody. Or as our famous young lady says, hi, Hitler. Right? Isn't that her opening?
You're becoming a real pro on this hi, Hitler stuff.
Well, I've had to deal with it so much. You know, I do these streaming shows on a regular basis, and I have a restream chat going from multiple platforms, and particularly out there on Twitch. So we're at Twitch and Rumble and Facebook and YouTube. We're all over the place when I do these DrDrew.tv, everybody, by the way. And these just sort of day and date kinds of, conversations I have. And there's a lot of your mom's house people over there, and there's a lot of greetings and a lot of high and tight, a lot of hi Hitler, a lot of don't touch the camera through the fence. By the way, the camera through the fence thing, that has a sustainability that I never would have predicted. You know, do you guys agree with me on this?
It leaves a lot of room for evolution. You know, there's like two blanks in that sense, like touch my blank through the fence.
Right.
You know? Like there's a lot of things you can plug in.
Right. And so everybody immediately plugs in penis, right? That's what is.
I haven't heard that version yet.
Well, I think what are they putting in there? What are they putting in? Because I don't really, I never would have picked up on it.
You know, like Christina's special came out not too long ago, so they like touch my special through the fence. That's kind of fun.
Okay, that's good. But
that's
an homage.
Netflix.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Hold on. Who's telling you to touch their dick through the fence?
I could tell it's always young males sort of being, don't touch me through the fence, you know, and I sense young male humor in there. You know what I mean? It's a little bit of, it reminds me of a game my sons used to play called Kicked in the Nuts.
Oh yeah, I used to play that game.
Right. And for those of you that aren't male, I have to explain this to you. It's a very complicated, sort of like chess. You walk up to people you like, your friends, and you kick them in the nuts. And then they kick you in the nuts. And that's the game.
Oh, no, but it's not like, hey, open your legs, I want to kick you in the nuts.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It's not fun.
It's a game of strategy and intrigue.
Yeah,
but,
I remember
but it is really just young males kicking each other in the nuts. I mean, that's what it is. So
we did the little backhand slap.
Right, yeah. Because a flick is way worse than a full-on kick. And I don't know, Drew, I got a medical question for you.
Yes. I'm not sure I can answer this.
Why is it that when someone does a full-on like kick, punch to your nuts, it's like, this sucks, but when it's just like a little tap, it sucks a million times more?
I think it's more about, it's sort of how the whole apparatus is constructed. By the way, good to see Chad in the booth there. It's good times.
Good to see you, Drew.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
So you think about it this way. It's very sensitive. It's got a lining that's very sensitive, and it's very sensitive to compression, but it's designed in such a way that it can take a lot of jostling, right? And so if the kick has to compress it in just a certain way, and if it succeeds in doing so, it can do real damage. Like I have seen fractured testes. I think we got to go to the screen and look at fractured testes. Right, we're already here.
Don't switch to this.
Oh, it can't do that?
No. You can talk about it. I just have a feeling fractured nuts is not something that YouTube will be cool
No, you'll just see a nice drawing of it. It'll be a nice drawing. I'm sure you can. Fractured testes. Because it's like if you took a hard-boiled egg and you just hit it hard, that's what, no, not ultrasound. We just want
It autofilled.
Yeah, we just want some images of that. No,
you
don't
definitely
want.
Can't
no.
this.
Come on, scroll up. I know. No.
Oh my
Come on,
God,
stop
Drew.
it.
What do you mean
Relax.
stop it? This is what Google said.
I know. So go up. We'll get some. Maybe we got to say diagram. Fractured testicle diagram.
Boy,
it's
a cool way to start the morning, Drew.
Well, welcome. Well, I missed you guys. See, there we go. And it's just, it's a fracture. It just runs across. And
which one are we looking at?
That's torsion. We're looking for fracture. Sorry to put you guys through this. I know it's a little cringy. Well, no good. I was wrong. No good.
This one looks wrong. It looks like something's bad. That's
cancer. That's. I was like, this is like fracture to me. Anyway, it's just essentially just like you take an egg and you break it in half. That's what your penis can do. Essentially, I mean, it has a lot of
testicle.
What did I say?
You said penis.
Testicle, penis too, though. Interestingly, but
that could break like an egg.
It sort of breaks across. Yeah, kind of. The testis is so much more, structurally like an egg, except it has a very significant sort of sheaths around it to kind of hold it together. So it's a little different. But I saw a guy that got a hockey puck right to the testes.
Oh my God.
And that was the end of that. And
what is the worst injury one can sustain to their dick and balls?
Avulsion.
Avulsion?
Yes.
What's that?
They get pulled off, all of it. So, yeah, I'm sorry. Nadav went silent on that one, guys. I'm very sorry. So let me have the camera over here. So no harm meant. Nadav is out for the moment. Chad, are you still in? And he's sort of a little dissociated. But it's really, I mean, these things are sort of hanging. You can have anything pulled off your body. That's the way it goes. And one of the interesting things about how chimpanzees engage in warfare, they will pull your dick and balls and your face off. That's their sort of move. So
what does that?
Chimpanzees.
Oh,
yeah. It's okay, Nadav. You'll be all right.
What a fun fact.
Well,
Anything
we're here
to could be ripped off.
We're here to educate. I mean, think about it. You can avulse a finger. You can avulse an arm. You can avulse a leg. You just can. I mean, it just happens. You can avulse a head.
What about elbows?
Well, it's the weakest link is where it goes. I think think about how. Oh my God! I can't believe we're going on this road. But by the way,
we're only 6 minutes in.
I haven't even given the information yet. It's store.ymhstudio.com to get merchandise. We're gonna have a full avulsion line of T-shirts for you guys and coffee cups. DrDruffDark@gmail.com for the emails and to 818-253-1693 for our voice messages, which we will get to. So get ready. These are not the usual screwball emails. There's some real stuff in here. So if you'll permit me, I'm going to go down the road of general. This is our general email collection. It's not something we're going to do every day, but we're doing it today. So, hi Hitler. 24-year-old female, several talks saying working on your gut health can help other things, memory, fatigue, etc. Decided to take 500 milligrams of glutamine in the morning, once at night. I also started microdosing on shrooms 2 months back, which helped a bit. Before I started taking the supplements, my dumps were normal. I would only be on the toilet for maybe 5 minutes. On the third day, the supplement, I went to making a stinky and got cold sweats. Felt sick. Took a lot of effort. Not sure if this is a coincidence. Okay. Anyways, touch my camera through the fence. So whatever you're taking gave you constipation. That's constipation, honey. I would stop this medicine. The gut health thing is all over the place. I was actually listening to a lecture this morning, and it's gotten so ridiculous with the claims that people are making with gut health. We don't even know what claims they're making because the way bacteria work in the biosphere, they influences the gut biome, microbiome. And so a prominent bacteria in Chicago may be completely different than the one you see in Austin, where we are now. And so you need some sort of standardization of understanding even what we're talking about before we can talk about adjusting the biome. And we have no idea whether what we find in the biome is a marker for something else that's going on biologically or a causative, like the microbiome is causing improved mood or something like that, or some combination of those two things. So the jury is out. Let the science evolve. It's going to take a while. It's a good idea to take a quality, oh my God, my brain this morning. The supplements with bacteria in it. Help me, guys.
There's probiotics.
Probiotic, thank you. A prebiotic and a probiotic is a good idea. Some bulk is a great idea. All these things help. whether or not they're doing something else that also improves the microbiome, whatever, it's a good idea for your gut health to take bulk, to take a probiotic and a prebiotic, and have at it, everybody.
And some Greek yogurt, right?
Greek yogurt is sort of a prebiotic. It's a way to do it, and also a quality source of certain kinds of proteins.
Oh, yeah.
All right, what are your feelings on the carnivore diet and or restrictive diets in general? Are they healthy or just unsustainable? I remember you saying supplements don't work. In case of carnivore, would they make any difference? Okay, thank you, Dylan, for being... it says, please my dad. I don't know that one.
Please my dad?
Yeah, please be my dad. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry,
sense.
Dylan. Sorry, Dylan, but I will visit Las Vegas soon.
You're not going to be his dad?
Sure, why not? Don't call me daddy. Don't call me daddy. I'll be your dad, but don't call me daddy. So I was on the carnivore diet for a couple of years. I found it great. I loved it. People are making all sorts of, again, extreme claims on it. I don't know that those are true or not. Here's the thing you need to know about diet. Everybody's different. I personally have sort of a metabolic syndrome. I have Lynch syndrome. I have all these different biological sort of phenomenon that make my gut very sensitive and make my metabolism prone to insulin resistance and high cholesterol. And I will tell you, when I went on the carnivore diet and more sort of keto-esque diet...
And you're still on it now, right?
I've modified it a bit. I'm in training now for a super secret mission that you guys will learn about soon enough.
Quick question. What the fuck is Lynch syndrome?
Lynch syndrome...
And can we call it something else?
No, it's Lynch syndrome.
Oh, cool.
There are 6 different Lynch syndrome. I'm an MSH6. These are DNA repair abnormalities. So the way you get cancer is your DNA replication is a very complicated process, and there are always errors happening, and you've got a whole system of repairing the DNA after there's an error, like putting the code back the way it's supposed to be. And if you have certain genetic backgrounds, a lot of Ashkenazi Jew stuff creates this stuff.
Oopsies.
Sorry. And you should get your genetic testing because it's pretty common stuff. But the DNA repair mechanism is a little less efficient than it should be. Now you have a second line against that, which is your immune system, who will see that abnormality and go attack it. But as you get older, the immune system isn't as good as it used to be, and so you can be more prone to tumors when you have this deficiency in the DNA repair. And Lynch is one of these things. There's 6 of them. I'm in the middle zone, the MSH6. It predisposes to colon polyps, so you can go get colonoscopies to prevent those from becoming cancerous. I have a colonoscopy every year. It also predisposed, and my kids had to start at 28 because two of my kids, my boys, have Lynch syndrome. So you got to get these things done regularly.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's crazy because nobody should get cancer in the colon in this day and age. You can pick it up, get the colon polyp out, and that's the end of it. But when you have Lynch, you're prone to these things, so you have to keep picking them out all the time. And I have the great pleasure of having colonoscopy and upper endoscopy every year, which is a lot of fun. But in any event, the propofol is pretty good, but that's about it. Anyway, you'd like that.
Hell yeah, dude.
I beg your pardon. Davi, you would like that.
I love it.
So back to the, by the way, I'm thinking about this young lady with the gut health supplements. Lynch syndrome is something you can test for with something called, there are many different cancer screening instruments out there. I use something called color.com, COLOR.com. It will screen you just a cheek swab or a spit, and it screens for the 30 most common phenomenon like this. I think most people know about the BRCA gene for breast cancer, BRCA1, BRCA2, but there's many hundreds of other genetic things like that. And with color, they just check for the most common ones, the 30 most common and the most significant. And it really will change your screening, right? I get colonoscopies every year as opposed to every 10 years, and maybe something would have gotten through. I have prostate cancer. That's part of that Lynch syndrome thing. And back to our gut health lady, Maddie. Don't do the microdosing, man. We don't know what that is doing. We have no idea. So many people are doing that.
The shrooms?
Yes, and we have no idea what that is doing. I just don't know.
Yeah, it definitely gives me a tummy ache whenever I have shrooms.
Microdosing sucks. Just get high.
Tummy ache? How old are you, Nadav?
I'm 33.
I have a tummy ache.
Oh, okay. You know, how about I give you some shrooms? We'll see how your tummy behaves.
Well, my gastrointestinal tract will rebel, I'm sure.
Oh, well, okay. That's a much more adult way of saying
it. It is a more adult way than my tummy hurts. But be that as it may.
How effing dare you, Drew?
How effing dare I? Trust me, this was reasonably done.
Adults get tummy aches.
Oh my God, he will not let go of this. Does he have any other childhood stuff, words and things?
Actually, I usually say the opposite. He kind of talks like a dad. I don't know if we already talked about this or not.
No, tell me about.
Yeah,
this.
he's got like all the idioms, you know, that like nobody says, but for some reason he's always got something to say that's like it just sums everything up. I honestly admire it. I'm not making fun of him.
Like, can you give me an example?
Like stupid. What is it? Stupid. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I was like, yeah, someone was DMing me, and they were telling me whatever, they were going too far, and so I blocked him. And he's like, play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yes.
I'm like, that's such a dad thing to say.
No, he's
such
full.
a dad?
He's got these little aphorisms. I've noticed that too.
But that's not even like when you brought it up when this is back when we were recording at Annie's house, and
You're talking to me?
No, I'm talking to Annie, but like when we were recording at Annie's house. Oh, sorry, yeah, I am talking to you.
Okay.
When we were recording at Annie's house, and I was having a smoke outside, and I noticed that he had wild mint growing in his backyard.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Ooh, you have some wild mint growing in your backyard. I think I might take some trimmings of that and take it back home. I can't get mint to grow on my balcony for the." And he's just like, "You fucking dad."
He said he's like, hey. Bro, come here. You got to see this. It's fucking
mint.
interesting.
It's
Yeah,
mint.
I get it.
Mint
Yeah.
is like
I go out
No,
there
he
thinking
comes
that there's
from
a fucking raccoon in my backyard or something. He's like, you see, that's wild mint you got growing there.
Some people got to pay for that. You just got to grow naturally. That's.
And I get it. And I think Nadav's a time traveler. He should have been he should have been this age in 1952 or something. Because he would at 45 he'd have a pipe and he'd be sitting at a chair. Fred McMurray, My Three Sons kind of character.
That doesn't sound so bad to me.
I see. He appeals to him. I knew it. I really want you to think about using Babbel for all your summer travels. You want to immerse yourself in the culture. Now is a perfect time to start using Babbel. It's the language learning app that's sold more than 10 million subscriptions. And thanks to Babbel's addictively fun, easy bite-sized lessons, there is still time to learn a new lesson before you reach your destination, even if you're just working on it on the plane on the way over. I love Babbel. I've used it before. You only need 10 minutes to complete a lesson, so you can start having real-life conversation in a new language in as little as 3 weeks. Other language learning apps use AI for their lesson plans, but Babbel lessons were created by over 150 language experts. Their teaching method has been scientifically proven effective, and with Babbel, you can choose from 14 different languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, and German. Plus, Babbel's speech recognition technology helps you improve your pronunciation and accent. Susan was using it before we went to France, and she sounded pretty good. And she literally just said to me, we've got to get back on Babbel and work on Spanish. We're going to Spain. And I think it's actually disrespectful not to learn the basics of a language if you're going to visit a country. And there are many ways to learn with Babbel. In addition to the lessons, you can access podcasts, games, video stories, even live classes. Plus, it comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee. Start your new language journey today with Babbel. Right now, you can save up to 60% off on your subscription when you go to babbel.com/Drew. That is BABBEL.com/Drew, babbel.com/Drew for up to 60% off on your subscription. Babbel, language for life. Okay.
Again, it's not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing.
I
Yeah,
admire
we love you to that. We do.
And he has some dad traits too, though.
You're gonna name me the 2 things I've ever done that were super dad shit.
He bought this.
Here's one.
This labeler, and he was so excited about how
It's a
great
sick
this
fucking
labeler
labeler.
is.
I
I'm
get
like,
it.
what
It's
does
a
it
sick
do?
labeler.
And
I
it just
get it.
prints out
Okay,
stuff.
what's the other thing?
He watches like tool videos
No, I
of
don't.
tools.
No, I
and he,
don't.
like shows
No, I
them to
don't.
me.
So,
No, I don't.
That's
a lie.
Check out this leather.
but
news.
Chad,
Fake news.
that
Leather ones are
fits.
cool. Fake news.
No, let me frame it for you. Chad, Annie likes equipment. He likes stuff. He loves it. He has all kinds of. Look at his house.
It's like a gadget head.
Not even
made
gadget.
a career out of it, man.
It's really electronic stuff. And so remember his house when he had you could change the lightings and all the light bulbs have different colors they could turn to, and he's just good with stuff, man. And so that's his thing. I don't know that's a dad thing, right?
Nah, I mean the specific video that he's talking about was very dad-like because I was just astounded that this technology even existed. It was a contour shape tool or something. It's like you use it when you're fucking cutting tile.
Yeah.
And you could cut it to like the perfect.
Yeah.
And so I saw this motherfucker just put it up on a column and then it went to the shape. I was like, that's what the fuck? I could just buy that? And then I went and it was like $20. I bought 2 of them. I don't even need them.
$20. Wow.
I don't even need them. I don't even need them.
Incredible.
I bought 2 of them. Yeah,
Do
it's
another
so
email.
fucking cool.
Extreme stomach issues. So I'm actually emailing about my sister. She's been experiencing stomach issues. Did I miss something?
No, you have the best fucking segues.
Transitions are
All right.
solid.
The
bro.
best segues into the
Solid.
business.
Weight loss over 2 years, multiple procedures, endoscopy, colonoscopy, laparoscopy, gallbladder out, remove appendix. She lost about 30 pounds, now weighs 120. She can't hold food down, throws up regularly 3 times a week. She isn't throwing up. She's extremely nauseous. She does throw up. It's also violent. She has been on slew medications, cutting things off her diet. Doctors are told to see a psychiatrist to determine if this is possibly hypochondriasis, which she also has, but that's not what this is. The newest symptom seems to be losing clumps of her hair. She has very thin hair to begin with. We're honestly now looking for answers anywhere we can get it. She's had to give up a lot of things, and it's been extremely hard. Thank you. Touch my camera through the French fence. Ooh, touch my camera through the French. Interesting. A very worried sister. Well, I will tell you one thing.
Oh, wait. Actually, I think I have an answer that you gave here previously.
Okay, so let me just say, I have been seeing a lot of this lately where doctors are doing these mega workups for persistent vomiting. Mega workups. I've seen this over and over. In my own family, I saw it happen. And oftentimes it goes years before somebody asks one question. Now, I'm not saying that's what this is with this young lady. This seems like it might be something a little different. Definitely do see the psychiatrist roll that stuff out. But there is one question you must ask, and I'm going to see if Nadav knows what that is. Because you were going to say, I've heard me say this before, or something like this.
Yeah, go ahead, Nadav.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Bladder full of cum.
No, it's not. I am at your mom's house.
That
after
wasn't.
all.
Wait,
No.
hold on. Maybe it was this?
Ooh, tapeworm.
I'm done. So here's the one question you must ask. How much weed are you consuming? Hyperemesis, cannabis hyperemesis syndrome is incredibly common, and the vomiting over time becomes violent, just like you're describing it. Oftentimes, the only relief you can get, believe it or not, is from a hot shower. So if she's getting shower relief. Cannabis hyperemesis, look it up, everybody. If you don't believe me, it is exceedingly common. So Nadav's going to look it up. Cannabis hyperemesis syndrome, it is sweeping the land. It is the big problem of our time. Cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome, there's a whole bunch of stuff there about it that's on the screen right now. A condition that leads to repeated and severe bouts of vomiting. Oh, it's rare. It is not rare. Take that, the people that wrote that, Cedars-Sinai, it is not rare. It's rare because doctors don't identify it. It's exceedingly common.
How common is it?
Oh my God. I've seen 100 cases in the last year. And I guess I said even within my own family, and many of these people were having vomiting syndromes for long periods of time, described as reflux and migraines, and they're told all kinds of other stuff. And nobody goes, are you taking edibles or are you doing dabs? And by the way, it's really the reason it's become so common. To their point, it was rare about 5 years ago. And I remember when we first started doing this show, I brought it up. And at that point, it was rare or uncommon anyway. But people are doing such high potency edibles and dabbing now. If you're doing high potency edibles and dabs, it's very commonly that you get this thing. So there you go. Hi, Dr. Drew. I'm a white guy approaching 40. I've got sleep questions. My dad has to sleep with a mask on so he doesn't snore himself to death. How can I avoid that fate as I get older? Is it simple as physical fitness? It is, Ted, it can be physical fitness and weight. Control your weight. If you have a lot of weight here and here, the transthoracic and transabdominal pressures push against the glottis here, or the airways, and that's how you get the obstruction and the snoring. And also weight here, if you're somebody that puts weight in through here, it literally collapses the airway. And that snoring you're getting during night is you pulling against pressure, and that changes your cardiopulmonary biology markedly. You are literally you're having pulmonary hypertension. You can put stress on the heart. You can get congestive heart failure and arrhythmias and all kinds of lovely things. Mood disturbances, cognitive problems. Please take care of your sleep, everybody. Not a fibromyalgia, common consequence of abnormal sleep. Pay attention to your sleep hygiene. I don't think we emphasize that enough. That sleep hygiene is really important. All right, so enough of the general medical stuff. Thank you for indulging me, everybody. I really do appreciate it. But let's, speaking of the medical, we did a little medical adventure here on this show one time. We had our friend Josh Potter, who had a pilonidal cyst, which is Latin for nest of hair. And not surprising that a gentleman with his hirsute tendencies, shall we say, might develop a nest of hair. His whole body is a nest of hair, let's say. He recently, I helped him out with one he got on his neck. Do you guys know this?
Wait, he had one on his neck? Oh, right. It was like just growing. Like you called me very excited. And you were like, oh my God, did you see what Potter did? He finally got the cyst removed. And he talked about it actually on his own podcast. If you go to episode 84 of the Josh Potter podcast with Annie Letterman, he showed her what it looked like.
Oh my God, I want to know. Annie, I did, what's their Terrible Tuesdays? What is Trash Tuesdays? And I got to know
that's Annie's podcast.
Yeah, and I got to know Annie there, and I love her. And so I want to. Can we see her reaction? I'd love to see it.
I mean, I'd have to find and cue it up. But I mean, you could kind of see it. I mean,
she looks intrigued. She's like, "Wow, look at that!" She got the thinker fist under the chin look.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And so this is what Potter's back looks like once they remove the cyst. And you're like, Nadav, we have to talk to Potter about what this was like. And so I've already prepped him. He's ready to receive your phone call. Why don't you go ahead and give him a call?
Okay, but before we... Oh, should I call him on my phone?
Yeah.
Okay, but before we do, let's just say that's a nice clean wound. And yeah, and so that when I stuck the Q-tip, the bottom, it's sort of a teardrop shape, right? The bigger part of the tear is up towards his head. The bottom part is towards his ass crack. And the ass crack end is where we were sticking the Q-tip. And I was putting these things all the way up into that cavity. That's literally what we were trying to get cleaned up.
And this is much larger than one Q-tip length.
Well, no, we used long Q-tips, if you remember. It went way up there. But my point is, you couldn't, it was too deep. It was too necrotic. You couldn't clean it up. You could just sort of temporize things. You could sort of make it not get a lot worse fast. And so I was like, hey, dude, you've got to get this thing done. You've got to get it taken out because it's just going to keep getting worse. And how long? Well, let's talk to him. I
mean, we did that like 3 years ago at this point. Or 2 years
I can't
ago.
believe that's true, but this is what I want. One of the things I want to talk to him about. So here we go. Josh Potter.
Hello.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Josh Potter. What's going on, man?
No, I'm doing good. I'm in Indianapolis. Just went for my first walk in 3 weeks. Things are good.
Congratulations. Now, how do we get this to sound right, guys? Is this, maybe if I looked over here and put this here, does that work?
Just aim one of those ends right into the mic.
Okay. There we go. All right. I'm going to stay over here. So, you're on the air. You're all prepped up, I understand. And so here we are with you on After Dark. How you, other than the first walk you've taken, how had you been doing? You're obviously able to travel.
Yeah, I travel. I waited like the whole time to do really anything just so that I could travel.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of just, I upgraded my tickets so that I could travel.
Meaning you
So
had better.
Kind of like preparing for that. Yesterday was like the first litmus test of outside.
Okay. So let's talk about your adventure here. So we were just talking about how you had cleaned this, that we tried to clean this thing up some time ago. How long did it take you to get from where you and we packed it and cleaned it, and I told you to get the thing taken out because it's not going away? How many weeks or months went by before you actually took care of it?
Oh, I think a better measure of units of measurement for time would have been years.
Years, okay. And
Well,
what took so long?
During COVID that it happened.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Is that what the delay was?
I got health insurance starting in 2022.
Okay,
so
that's 2 years later. Good, 2 years later. Is what took so goddamn long?
The health insurance thing, really.
Why didn't you
afford it till then? I was honestly, that's what I said last time too. I was like, well, once I can pay for and dude, I swear to you, the insurance is like a life changer. I went to that emergency room thing from the last time I was on.
Yeah.
You want to know how much that one costs?
I know. That's ridiculous. And so I told you to go get health insurance 2 years ago, and you said, I'm going to do that. And then it took you 2 years to get health insurance.
Well, yeah, that's how much it costs, my man.
Oh, you mean you couldn't afford it that originally?
No.
Okay, so that's viable. So you're thriving. You're doing good. You're making money. You've got health insurance now. Okay,
yes.
But there is, California has very affordable insurance out there. It's shitty, but it's affordable. But no, you had to have the first class stuff.
I could get
the real good
stuff.
stuff. I understand.
Jumping around from the bad one to the good one. I don't know what. I didn't trust. I got scammed out of one. I got in what I thought was insurance
I remember.
at one point, and nobody took it.
I know. Yeah. So listen, so I watched a picture of you telling Annie about your experience with the surgery. How did she take it?
How did Annie take being there? Or how
Being
did
there and
she,
looking at the pictures, and was she stoic or did she freak out?
She had a moment where she said she was about to burst into tears because they told us it was only going to be about a half hour
Yeah.
under the knife, and then a little bit of recovery time. But it was about 3.5 hours.
Hold on a second. We're doing something here. You're holding it for me. Great. 3.5 hour procedure. But you had Annie on your podcast too, right?
Oh yeah, no, after the fact. But this is in the hospital, so she was at the hospital with me the whole day. She took me in. She waited there, and then took me home.
So how was the experience? Tell us.
So during that, she thought I was dead because they said it was going to be a half hour, and she was like crying in the waiting room. She didn't. No one would tell her what was going on.
What took so long?
And so, she was in the waiting room. She's like, "Oh my God, I'm going to have to call his parents and everything like that." And the doctor came in like DJ Khaled. He was doing like crip walks. He was so pumped about the surgery, and he threw the pictures in front of her while she was like gathering herself.
And did he point? Did he point at the ceiling? Point up, look up, point up. Thank you,
he was,
God.
like raising the roof. He was like doing. It was. She said he was dancing like crazy. Like he was so psyched. Like he just did some medical marvel. He said it was his second biggest one, but I think he was lying to me just to make me feel better.
Yeah, you want to be the first, of course. It's a big one.
But she. I was gonna say though, she. The reason it took so long is because she asked them and they didn't shave enough of my ass.
Why did shaving your ass take so long?
I don't, because I guess they shaved it and then they wrapped me up or whatever they do to you. They get you ready for the surgery, and then the doctor came and he goes, "Nope, not enough of his ass is shaved." And they had to undo it all and then shave more of my ass.
I like the way the hairiness caused this problem and actually confounded and complicated the surgery.
I bet.
Well done, my friend.
I could just grow. I'm glad they shaved a good clearing because it could grow back inside of it. I have these nightmares, Stranger Things, where it's the hairs are crawling into the womb.
That's gross. That is gross. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
But are we going to return to some shoulder hair porn? I mean, I think this should be really, you should triumphantly return to the hair porn.
I guess I gotta keep it going. I was talking about lasering myself because I don't want to ever deal with this stuff ever again.
You could
just laser my whole body away.
So you could, but let's talk about, you called me or we spoke for some reason after the first time you saw the wound. Tell us about that.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, I was alarmed. It was it took me a few days to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know what to expect because it's not closed. They didn't sew me up. They didn't staple it.
And was it painful? Open. Was it painful back there?
Yeah, it was very painful and uncomfortable just in its location also. But so I was finally a couple days went, 2 days went by or so, and I was I'm going to look at it now.
Yeah.
Instead of just changing it blindly.
Okay.
And I put my phone back there, I waved it back there, and when I brought it back to my face and played the recording, I just gasped. I almost fainted. It was alarming to say the least. I've never seen anything.
I like that you almost faint.
I didn't know what to expect. It was a giant crater in my back, and you could see the walls of it, the depth.
We're looking at it right now. You can see the muscle. It's all nice, healthy tissue, man. That's a good wound.
How deep is our skin?
That's a good, interesting point. Well, you're into the muscle there, dude. You go a little deeper and you hit your spine. And that's what I was worried about, actually. I was actually worried it would erode into your spine, which can happen. And so
it was huge, too. It was the size of a above average penis, right? 5.5 inches.
Yeah, but certainly your penis. How is your orgasmic function these days with that giant wound in your back? You tested that out?
I have not. I have to lay on my sides, and jerking off on your side, causes more problems than it does good.
You don't like it, so you've given up on that too. 'Cause we were
You're
training
like,
you
how,
up.
like, you get like a lot of spasms in your legs.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
cramps.
Mm. God,
It's
that
not worth it.
masturbation is so, well, I don't know about not worth it, but masturbation is hard work. So I'm looking at the wound again. Then the other hill we had to climb, we had multiple.
It's gonna be like 6 months before a girl can ride my dick again. Obviously, like I don't even know when I'm gonna lay on my back, let alone have a girl on top of me ever again.
Well,
So
no,
that's just- if
that
you're
will just
asking about that.
that will eventually it will that thing will constrict over the next couple of months, and it will just become a big old scar, and it will not be gaping like that. The gaping thing, your body pulls it back together, so that will happen. But the other hill we had to climb was was getting you in the goddamn shower. So talk to us about that. So I kept saying,
I
kept
just
saying, dude,
didn't
get in
know
the
I was
shower.
scared.
Well, I'm like, dude, you
I
got
didn't
to rinse this
necessarily
thing
keep it
out.
Dry. They said when I left, and I figured out that this was. They shouldn't tell instructions to a person who has just come out of anesthesia. It's a terrible.
You're right.
Telling me how a sitz bath. I don't even know how to say the word still.
Oh,
But they're
dude.
trying to show me how those tubes work to go into it. I'm like, I'm just gonna soak my. I mean, like, I didn't take a shit for a week, so it didn't matter anyways. But they told me keep it dry, all this other stuff. So I didn't know how long I had to do that. So I was like, am I supposed to take a shower this way? Do I have to keep this?
And what they say.
Well, I asked you, and you said I could take a shower. So
No, they cleared you for the shower first, and once they did clear you, I knew it was important for you to take a shower because I could.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
because you got to.
Confirmed it with you.
Yeah, you got to get that shit. Water, sort of sterile water, usually are peroxides and things. We lavage these wounds with that stuff, and you weren't doing that. You weren't taking your sitz baths or anything. So fine, go get the thing in the shower. Now that it's sort of sealed, it's sealed off. I know it looks like it's open to the, it looks like you're like literally your bloodstream is open to the world. It isn't. It's sealed off at this point. And so you did it. How was that?
I was so relieved that I could do it,
Okay.
and then I mean, now it's like it makes it feel better. It's like
Right.
nice to. So I just sit in the shower. Like,
Okay. And how about bath? Did they let you take a bath yet?
I have that sitz bath. I use that after I shit.
Good.
But I mean, I just don't understand. I mean, it's got like a IV bag with it and everything like that. I'm just like, I don't know. It's a little much to be telling. You're like, now when you shit, you have to use this. I'm like, what the hell are they talking about?
You should have brought Annie in there for all
Half
that.
out of it. Well, she was there too, and she thought it was common. People obviously think this is common sense in some capacity. What is this?
Why didn't she call me? She should have called me too, because you're sort of overwhelmed by all this. I should have heard. I want to hear what she heard also. But we're through all that. We're good, my friend. Congratulations.
I feel great now.
Yeah.
The last few days have been so much better. I'm moving and things
Good.
like that. I would like to lay on my back again sometime soon, but that'll come in time.
Great.
We'll see how that goes.
Well,
Chicks dig scars. I could be like, I don't know. I got this scar. It's from
Yeah.
a nest of hair.
no. Tell her it's from like a saber wound. You were fighting for the Foreign Legion, and you had somebody took a sword out and got you in the back, and it took a while. And we look forward to more hair porn and returning to that illustrious career. And congratulations. And in terms of lasering everything, I bet that could get very expensive. But I'll look around for sort of large scale lasering. You
I'll
have
just
to
do the hot spots, the ass crack,
well, your
I'll keep the
neck,
shoulders.
even your neck. Yeah. Well, the shoulders, that's your business. You want to be careful with that. But the neck, that one was a little surprising when you got that big abscess in your neck.
Yeah, what the hell?
Right. What the hell, indeed. So maybe you want to consult with a dermatologist now that you have insurance, and see if they have any interesting ideas.
All right.
Okay. Well,
Sounds
I'm
good.
glad you're well. I feel relieved. I once I got involved with this thing, it made me nervous that you were never going to get it fixed. And I had images of this thing. If we went into your spine, your life would never have been the same. I probably never really tried to scare you with this, but you could have got osteomyelitis. It could have caused neurological problems. You never would be the same from that. This is what you have now is something that's just going to heal. No big deal.
That's awesome news.
Okay. All right.
Yes, thank you. And I was worried that it already did do that. I was like, how do I know?
Well, you had no,
Like, we'll figure it out.
yeah, exactly. So, all right, my friend. Well, I look forward to seeing you. Have fun in Indianapolis, and next time you're in Austin, you come on in here. All right.
Yeah, for sure. I'd love
All right.
to. Thank
All
you.
right. Josh Potter, everybody. Thank you, buddy. Bye. The great and only Josh Potter. Oh, goodness gracious. So did you guys learn something?
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad he finally took care of it.
Jesus.
That's wild. That is a huge open wound.
Why is it not sewn up? I don't understand.
Because it needs to heal. It's too big. It has to heal from the bottom up. And sometimes we'll even leave abdomens open to heal sort of naturally. If you close it, you're sort of closing in the infection and you're putting it under tension and it just won't heal right. While I don't know a lot about that much about wound care to talk about the biology of it, but when you have these dirty wounds, is really what this was, that has a large opening at the top, you got to sometimes just let it heal from the bottom up. And with these pilonidal cysts, it's possible to cut it out and sew it, but the bigger ones you can't. I had one when I was a kid. Did I tell you this?
Hold on, like the same kind of Potter cyst?
Yeah, when I was 18, I had one.
It was full of hair and pus?
And it was a pilonidal cyst. And it was a mini one compared to Potter's big league
Right,
stuff.
you didn't wait 15 years
I
to
did not
take
wait
care
3 years to get it taken care of. And the guy just sliced it open, packed it, and it healed from the inside out. That's sort of the other way they do it, by the way, is they cut the whole area out. Right, so what this guy did, he just opened up the track and cleaned it. You can actually circumscribe the whole area and pull it out, and then you sew it up.
Oh, I had a friend in college that had his polynoidal cyst circumcised out of him too.
Completely out.
Yeah.
That's the smaller ones. You do that. So I'm anxious. I missed you guys so much. I want to see some TikToks. Come on now.
Come on now.
Come on. Can we do it? Should we do voice messages? Because I take direction from you guys. You guys have good instincts. Let's do it.
Hey, Dr. Drew. This is my name's Alan. 2016, I had a head injury where I almost died. I've seen multiple neurologists, trauma doctors, and everything, and I cannot stop crying. It started since I got hurt, and to this day, I could be standing in the middle of the grocery store and just start crying.
Yeah.
Is there any way you could give me any kind of insight as to where I should go next?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, that's a fascinating problem. It is a sort of well-known neurological issue that we normally see in dementia patients. And in dementia patients are interesting. They sometimes cry a lot, sometimes laugh a lot. And the crying, and as you say, it's not even necessarily associated with sadness. It's just this spontaneous crying. It obviously has to do with that part of the brain where those impulses and behaviors reside. And there is a medication for it. I'm going to look it up. I forget what it's called. Let me see if I can
I imagine
find it.
SSRIs is not something that would fix this.
No, because it's not a depression. It isn't that.
I think Chris has whatever this is.
No. No. Chris is a fine, functioning human being.
That cries a lot.
See, I haven't heard much about this medicine in a while. It also makes me wonder. It's called Nudexta. Oh, okay. I'm going to read you what it says here. Ready?
Yes.
In a new phase 2 trial, AVP 923, marketed as Nudexta, Nuedexta, reduced agitation scores in Alzheimer's patients. On a separate study, it dampened emotional outbursts of laughing and crying that afflict patients with dementia. Remember I said sometimes they laugh, sometimes they cry? Scientists do not know exactly how AVP 923 works. So that's it. That's the medicine I would wonder if that might help you. Dementia and crying spells. Crying a little thing, huh? Yeah, it can be associated with depression, but that Nudexta, you check that out. Talk to your neurologist about that. You sound actually pretty good for somebody with a head injury with that kind of symptomatology. So let's count our blessings that you seem pretty good, having been through something like that. And now to have some residual, not surprising, maybe that Nudexta stuff will help you. Interesting. Give me another one.
Yeah, here's another voicemail about
A lot of medical stuff today.
injuries.
It's all medical. Everything. Even Potter was medical.
Yeah, it's a big old med show today.
Medapalooza.
You're gonna like this medical question.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Dr. Drew. My name's Jeremy. I'm out here in the Berg, Florida, and my dick doesn't work. A few years ago, when I was really fat, and I'm talking like I'm 6 foot, 240 pounds fat, I decided it would be a good idea to sit on a glass top table. Fell through, cut my lower spine.
Oh my
Ever
God.
since then, I haven't felt an orgasm. I can still ejaculate or whatever,
shit.
but that feeling of ecstasy is just gone. So if you have any advice for me, let me know. Thank you, Mommy.
Wow, Jeremy.
Whoa, wait. So he could come,
Dude.
but it doesn't feel good?
Right. I mean, like, it's the same thing that have, say, quadriplegics or paraplegics have. They can have erections, they can have orgasm, but they don't feel it. Sometimes with the quadriplegics and all, they kind of feel a euphoria. They feel something in their brain, but he's feeling nothing. And here's what it makes me think. There are neurosurgeons out there that will implant stimulators in the spine to improve orgasmic function. I remember I did that. I did a report on one of those guys for a television program. We went down to South Carolina and talked to some of his patients. So you need to talk to a neurosurgeon about this world of finding spinal stimulators to help you with orgasmic function. I think it's awful that has been taken away from you, and I thank God you have sexual functioning so you can still reproduce if that's what you want to do. But it makes me think of going towards these stimulators. I don't know of any medication that enhances this, though. Gosh, because the nerves are sort of cut off there. You said you severed your spine, which is crazy, but you can put those stimulators in and sort of restore some of that. So wild. Want to give me one more before I go?
Ooh. I actually had a follow-up question.
Okay.
What if he put his finger in his ass as it came out?
No, I don't think that's going to do much. But everybody, we've just learned something about Nadav. That if his
I could come without a finger in my ass.
But if it's not intense enough, Nadav
but if
wants
a finger's in there, I do
if
come
not intense
harder.
enough, Nadav wants a finger in his ass. We just found that out. Thank you for that information. That's a good way to end the show. Did you guys know that Nadav's into that? He always has talked a little bit about ass play.
It's interesting that he can just volunteer that information for the public. And
he didn't volunteer it. I figured it out. He was sort of, suggesting that somebody might get a better orgasm or an orgasm. But that's
Are you guys kink shaming me?
It's what you call a tell, Chad. It's a tell, and no shame.
What is it telling you about?
Why did you hide it from me for so long?
Hide it from you? Do you want to know everything that makes me come?
Maybe on another day. But as in that, I'm going to write it down.
Yeah, this is coming from a guy that gave me 2 penis pumps to put under my desk and be like, I don't know what we could do with this, but maybe for a future show.
So he's literally, I brought in medical grade penis. Do you know this, Eddie? I brought in 2 different medical grade penis pumps. Thank you, the guys at Petros Pharmaceutical who sent that to me. So we can examine them and see what the real deal is like.
I could tell you they suck.
The real ones?
They suck, yeah.
You've tried them?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess I haven't done medical grade, but
well, maybe you do that,
like,
the next few days. So, when we come back to discuss it, you can give us a little, sort of a consumer report.
Jesus.
Everything.
I have a follow-up to that question as well, though.
Go ahead.
Or to your answer, rather. These stimuli that you can put in your fucking spine and just feel better orgasms.
Mm-hmm.
What if you don't have a problem feeling orgasms? Can you just fucking feel better ones for whatever reason?
I doubt it. It's really, it was designed originally for women that had difficulty orgasming. And I talked to some women, they could just like make it happen really easily with this little device. So I don't think they were having unusual orgasms. They were just able to have them and have more of them.
Oh, I see. I see.
That kind of thing. And this guy has none, so we got to make him able to have them again. So I've written it down, everything that makes Nadav come. Be sure to tune in next week when we talk about everything that makes Nadav come. Number is 818-253-1693, drfdark@gmail.com. Store.ymhstudios.com for the merchandise. Is there anything new in the store? Anything I should be aware of? Any evulsion of T-shirts or anything?
No, same stuff so far.
All right, excellent. I love that stuff. Please do participate. Go get that stuff. Get the Rational Revolution cup. The Rational Revolution is upon us, everybody. Christina was right. It would come one day, and it's coming slowly. We'll see. See you guys next time. All conversations and information exchanged during participation in the Dr. Drew After Dark podcast or interaction on the drdrew.com website is intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. Do not confuse this with treatment or physician medical advice or direction per se. You must always follow your medical professional's advice and direction. Nothing on these podcasts or posted on this site supplements or supersedes the relationship and direction of your medical caretakers.
Please understand, I am not playing the role of physician in this environment per se. I'm educating. I am a licensed physician with specialty boards in American Board of Internal Medicine and American Board of Addiction Medicine.